Hi, this is Julianne with another Revolutionary Monday video. And today I wanted to touch on the subject of ego because it's really been coming up a lot in my workshops with my clients and even with friends when we're just having a discussion. And this is one area, first of all, that the ego is very unique to being a human being. And we are not taught how to work with the ego. We are actually taught to suppress it, to get rid of it, to tame it, or whatever it is. But we are not taught how to use it as a whole. It is part of us. It is unique to us. So for sure it is there to teach us something and it has a use. But we don't know how to use it. So since we are here as human beings to really learn, and that ego operates through emotions, but within the limitations of the mind. So that's why we keep saying, expand your mind, because the ego will do whatever it takes, will twist reality in order to fit that box, to fit what your mind knows. So that being said, it's important to learn. So when you have something that comes up, first of all, the ego always wants to be right. So we have confrontations, we have, frustration and anger, and we have those debates because the ego wants to be right. So when you have something that comes up and you're feeling like, oh my God, like this is either you're stressed or you have frustration. Well, it's your ego that is telling you something. How do we learn through it? Ask yourself, what's really coming up right now? What am I fighting for? There is something. Your ego is not there to make you have a hard time in life. It's really there to help you grow into who you truly are at the core. So when you know that it's actually to put you into alignment so you can learn how to look at your gunk through the ego, it's a huge plus. So let me share a story with you of how the ego really operates and how it's really easy to get stuck in the story, because ego makes stories in order to fit into that box. So, and we attach ourselves to those stories. So here's an example. The workshop that I had not long ago, I had set myself the goal of having 40 people there. That's really great in itself. But what was really the motivation behind it? I found myself really saying, I should do this because, I did it in the past with the school that I had. I would put people through, 30 or 45 people through a $10,000 program. Why wouldn't I be able to fit 40 people in a workshop that costs like not even 1/10 of that? So what is it really all about that I wouldn't be able to achieve this? So as I moved along and I worked through it, I was telling my sponsors there would be 40 people. When I was networking, I was saying, there'll be 40 people there and that's my goal. And I found myself really getting stressed out. Now we were 3 weeks to the event and I was not even close to having 40 people there. So I sent an email to my coach and I was like, what's really going on? Like I'm going nuts and I can't really get 40 people and really and I was just caught in my story. And she's like, what is it about the number 40? I'm like, I don't know. I just said I wanted 40 people. I should be able to do this. I did it in the past. Why wouldn't I be able to do it now? Now notice I use the word should. Every time the word should comes in, the ego sneaks in. Well, you should be able to do this. Ego. And then she's like, what, if you have 17 people, it's not good? Now this is all through, I go like this because it's all through Facebook messaging. I'm like, of course it's good. She's like, okay, what's the story behind having 40 people? And I said, you know what, after reflecting on it, I said, my ego is in the way. It's all about the fame. It's all about wanting to have 40 people there and then I guess somewhere have people say, oh, she had 40 people there, or oh, she had 100 people there, or she had this and this and that. That's the ego that wants to feel good. Once I realized that, I'm like, no, that's really not what I want. What do I really want? And I wrote down, I really want people who are open, ready, and committed to the process that I will walk them through. That's what I really wanted. So 3 weeks prior to my event, I got really clear on what I truly wanted. And 19 people enrolled in 3 weeks. I had 22 beautiful souls in that workshop. That was absolutely mind-blowing, not only for me, but for them. The feedback that I got, people who were coming and wanted more. They wanted to continue on many different things. They wanted more workshops. They wanted more opportunities. That was such a blessing. Once I got my ego to work with me and not against me, flow started to kick in. And you're able to do this too. Now, the hard part when you're alone and not having reached out to my coach, I would have been totally caught in that spiral because we get attached. We're not conscious of it. We get attached to those stories. The only thing she did is she brought me out of that story to really have an objective point of view. And I was able to connect with my core. So it's important for you to have someone working with you to help you get out of your stories and really to get to the core of who you truly are and how really that is, the person is there to guide you and teach you how to work with your ego and really make it a whole, because we are one. So if you need help, if you need assistance, if you have any questions, reach out to me. There's a link in the blurb that you can just click on and you can reach out to me. You can Facebook message me. I am here to serve. So until then, bye for now.